The world spins faster every day. Meetings, headlines, and expectations pile up like a storm at sea, leaving you adrift. You tell yourself you'll regain focus once things settle down. But what if they never do? What if the chaos isn't the problem, but your response to it? The Stoics didn't wait for calm waters. Seneca, exiled and condemned, wrote, "Life is not waiting for the storm to pass, but learning to sail within it." They knew the secret wasn't escaping life's turbulence, but anchoring yourself to what truly matters. If you're ready for more wisdom to anchor your life, hit subscribe or follow to stay connected. 1. Define purpose, your anchor in chaos. When you don't know where you're headed, every distraction becomes a detour. The noise of modern life, the emails, obligations, and fleeting goals can make you feel like you're spinning your wheels but going nowhere. But the truth is simple. If you don't choose your direction, life will choose for you. Marcus Aurelius, burdened with the weight of an empire, didn't begin his days by listing his achievements or chasing fame. Instead, he grounded himself by asking, "What is my duty?" For him, purpose wasn't about ambition or titles, but about integrity, doing the right thing, regardless of recognition. Your purpose doesn't have to be grand to be meaningful. Maybe it's being a steady leader when things fall apart. Maybe it's raising your family with love and presence, or maybe it's dedicating yourself to lifelong growth. Whatever it is, purpose acts as your compass in the storm, helping you cut through the chaos. Life is like a river with a powerful current. If you don't have an internal anchor to guide your actions, you'll be swept in every direction. But when your purpose is clear, the distractions and noise around you become easier to ignore because you know where you're headed. On busy or overwhelming days, take a moment to pause and reflect. Does this action move me toward what matters, or away from it? Even a small course correction can realign you with what truly counts. 2. Embrace discomfort. Strength grows in adversity. We live in a world designed for comfort. Instant gratification is everywhere. One-click deliveries, endless entertainment, and food at your fingertips. But comfort is a double-edged sword. While it offers convenience, it weakens our ability to handle life's inevitable hardships. The Stoics understood this well. Seneca didn't just speak about resilience, he lived it. Despite his wealth and influence, he would intentionally sleep on a hard bed, eat simple meals, and wear plain clothes. Afterward, he would reflect and ask himself, "Is this what I feared?" This wasn't about punishing himself, it was training. He was teaching his mind and body that discomfort wasn't something to run from, but something to face with strength. Modern life conditions us to avoid discomfort at all costs, but this avoidance only strengthens fear. The more you dodge difficult conversations, the harder they become. The more you sidestep challenges, the more overwhelming even small problems feel. True resilience comes from embracing discomfort, not recklessly but with intention. Small, controlled moments of challenge increase your ability to weather life's storms. Simple Stoic practices can help. Take cold showers to remind yourself that discomfort doesn't control you. Try fasting for a day to feel hunger without fear and realize your mind is stronger than your cravings. Have the hard conversation you've been avoiding. The longer you delay, the heavier it feels. Once you face it, you'll often find it smaller than you imagined. When you encounter difficulty, shift your mindset and ask, "What is this strengthening in me?" Instead of viewing obstacles as misfortunes, see them as exercises in mental strength, much like weightlifting for your mind. Discomfort isn't an enemy to avoid, it's a tool to help you thrive. By training for adversity, you don't just survive life's storms, you grow stronger because of them. 3. Be present. Escape the what-ifs. Anxiety is a master illusionist. It pulls your attention into a future full of imagined disasters. The questions begin to swirl. What if I fail? What if I lose everything? What if this goes wrong? But here's the truth. The future is a story your mind writes, not reality. Marcus Aurelius, a man constantly surrounded by threats of war, betrayal, and disease, knew this well. And yet, instead of living in fear of what could go wrong, he chose to root himself in the now. He wrote, "Confine yourself to the present. You have everything you need for the moment." The present moment is rarely as terrifying as the future your mind imagines. Right now, you're simply here, breathing, existing. You can't solve tomorrow's problems today, but you can control what you do in this minute. When anxiety pulls you into endless what-ifs, ground yourself in the present by focusing on what's in front of you, the next breath, the next step. To stay present, try simple exercises. Start with a 5-breath reset. Pause when you feel overwhelmed. Take 5 slow, deep breaths and focus entirely on each inhale and exhale while reminding yourself, this moment is enough. Practice single-task focus by committing fully to one action at a time, whether it's writing an email, washing a dish, or having a conversation. The more you practice being present in small moments, the more resilient you become in bigger challenges. Finally, use a visual anchor to steady your mind. Find something nearby, like a tree, a photo, or your coffee cup, and take a few seconds to observe its details. This simple act grounds your senses and pulls your attention away from imagined fears. The present is the only place where you have real power. The future hasn't happened yet, and the worst-case scenario you're picturing may never arrive. But even if it does, you'll face it more calmly and clearly by staying rooted in what's real today, not lost in tomorrow's fears. 4. Detach from outcomes. Focus on effort. We live in a results-driven world. Promotions, accolades, and achievements dominate how success is measured. Yet this obsession with outcomes can trap you in a cycle of anxiety, disappointment, and exhaustion. You chase the next milestone, fearing failure, and in doing so, you miss the fulfillment found in the journey itself. The Stoics taught a different way. Epictetus, born into slavery and later revered as a philosopher, reminded his students, "Do not seek to have events happen as you wish, but wish them to happen as they do, and you will find peace." This wasn't about passivity. It was about aligning your focus with what you can control, your effort, your courage, and your integrity. Detaching from outcomes doesn't mean abandoning ambition. It means redefining success. Success isn't determined by applause, trophies, or external recognition, but by knowing you gave your best effort. When you embrace this mindset, an unexpected freedom emerges. Failure no longer defines you, and your sense of worth becomes tied to the process, not the result. To practice detachment, start by redefining success. After completing a task, ask yourself, did I give my best effort? If the answer is yes, you've already succeeded, regardless of the outcome. Next, shift the questions you ask yourself. Instead of asking, did I win, ask, what did I learn? This simple reframing turns setbacks into stepping stones for growth. Finally, let go of perfectionism. When you've done your best, release the outcome. You can't control how others will react. Don't let their praise or criticism define your value. Remember, whether you win or lose, if you've acted with courage, integrity, and resilience, you've already won. The Stoics understood that life is full of unpredictability, but true peace is found in mastering your response, not the results. The fruit of life is to do good and be true to your nature, not to wring your hands over what happens. Detach, not to surrender, but to free yourself to live with purpose. Because when the journey matters more than the outcome, you can live fully, even in the face of uncertainty. Final thoughts. Living with purpose in chaos. The world will never slow down, but you don't need it to. Like the great Stoics before you, you can step into the storm with clarity and strength, not because life becomes easier, but because you've grown stronger. The question isn't whether life will test you, it will. The question is, will you be ready? Waste no more time arguing what a good person should be. Be one. This is the Stoic way. Steady your mind, sharpen your actions, and live each day with the courage to be undistracted, unshaken, and unmistakably yourself. If these words resonated with you, consider liking and subscribing for more Stoic wisdom to guide your journey. Life's challenges will come, but you don't have to face them alone. Let's walk this path of resilience, purpose, and clarity together. Your next step toward growth starts here. Are you ready?